David Massey of CG Research says that an estimated 15 million women and children are sold into unknown labor every year in India. This unknown labor usually results into some kind of forced prostitution. Today, my speech is about advocating the children and women in India who are forced into prostitution every day. I'm passionate about this speech because these kids are our age, these girls are my age and younger, and I just think that it's messed up that we can live over here in America and not have to worry about this at all and just live in a carefree world, and these young women have to basically live a life of prostitution every single day, and I don't think that's right. So today I'm going to be talking about the problem in India, what's being done or what's not being done to help this problem, and how we could help the problem. So first we're going to be talking about the problem of prostitution in India. According to Gupta, parents often send their children away for a small price thinking they'll be doing domestic work, when in reality they will end up in prostitution. Girls will find themselves surrounded by thousands of other girls who are beaten and forced into prostitution every single day. Now these girls are living in terrible conditions. They're given maybe one meal a day, and the meal that they get might be rotten food or disgusting bread or anything like that. They have no beds, and what they live in is tiny cages that they're crammed into, or they live in hidden attics. These women, because of this, they have a high suicide rate, which is because they don't think there's any way of escape. Like, these girls would rather die than to be forced into this prostitution, and so they think to take their lives because there's literally no escape. If a girl tries to escape and manages to get away, they are always tracked down. They are always found. And when they are found, they're either beaten to death or they're beaten nearly to death, and then they're sold straight back into prostitution. Basically, the only way out for these women is 10 years of solid prostitution work for the brothels they work in. And this is a major problem because these girls don't usually live past 10 years while they're in here. They usually end up dying from the conditions they're living in because they're surrounded in their own feces and their own defecation, or they die from being beaten, or a lot of them die from suicide or STDs that they contract that, left untreated, they end up dying. So, according to a source called halftheskymovement.org, 90% of the sex workers' daughters end up joining prostitution as well. So this is a problem as well because these women are being forced to have sex with random men, and they're having these children, and then the children are ending up being put, when they get to a certain age, right back into the prostitution. And that is a major problem because their whole life is just prostitution, and that's not right. This is a nasty cycle, and I think it's unfair for any girl because no girl should have to go through this problem of having to worry about what they're going to do through the day and being in prostitution all day long. So that's just messed up. Now I'm going to tell you guys about what is being done to stop this in India. What is being done? Nothing at all. The local environment does not help them at all. They don't care. They want these girls to be in prostitution because the men of the local place want to be able to get their women anytime they want, and if they have a hard day, they just want to be able to go and sleep with random girls for a low price. So they don't care. Let's try and stop it. When going to the police to ask them what they want to do to stop it, the police turn a blind eye to the girls. Basically, police don't care either. When asked how police are saving the girls, the Bombay Police Commissioner said that prostitution is a profession that society accepts, demands, and encourages. We are law enforcers, not social workers. Now, this is a major problem because the police in India is basically only people that can stop this problem. And with the police not caring, the girls basically have no help from anyone. There's one documented case of someone trying to help these girls, and that is by a man named Risha Archera, and he's a local businessman in Bombay, India, where the prostitution is everywhere. And he managed to rescue 187 local girls from his local area of prostitution. I feel that the Indian effort is completely terrible and that they should at least be trying to help, but they're not, so there needs to be a change. And I'm going to tell you about how they can be helped. Well, first off, the Indian government will have to stop ignoring the problem and get their police force fully involved. And by that, the police force will have to be, their attitudes will have to change to where they stop ignoring it and they actually care and try to help the girls. Now, if the police officers do not care, then by all means just fire the police officers that don't care and get new ones in there to try and help the girls out. If they don't care, the problem will never be solved. Once that happens and the police are on board, the police can raid the brothels and help rescue all the girls that they possibly can. The government can also inform parents not to sell their children into unknown labor, and girls can be made aware by school announcements or by the radio of this problem. With knowledge of forced prostitution in India, it would be enhanced and it would lower the chance of it happening anymore. In conclusion, I've talked about the problem in India, what is not being done to help it, and what could be done to help it. These children are real and this problem is real. And there needs to be a new generation in India where young women can live a happy life, free of any kind of prostitution, and have a happy life.